First, I want to say peace, peace, hotep, assalamu alaikum, and salam salam, habari zajioni. And to my Ghanaian sister and the family, wahota saying. I use those greetings because I never know when I speak before a crowd, I never know who's in the audience. So I want to make sure that I cover all the bases of all the languages of us African people. So I give thanks to the Creator and the ancestors and the elders of whom shoulders I stand on, because there's no way I would be right here without those that have come before us. So for that, I would like for you all to give them a round of applause for being the pioneers. For my parents, my father who's here with me, instilling the values and the morals within me to be the man who I am today, and men who impact change. Thank you for presenting me this award and considering me, to be amongst some of these greats that who've graced the stage. I consider myself a Pan-African, and as a Pan-African, it's been quite a while since, I've looked at myself solely in the American context. I've traveled. I just actually got back from Ghana last week, and I was there for 3 weeks, organizing out there. I also was in Uganda and Rwanda last year, and then the year before that, South Africa, Kenya, and Tanzania. So I do a lot of work, not only here locally, but also abroad. And the organization that she referred to earlier with helping the young girls stay in school, that's based in Uganda, in Kasese, which is bordering Congo. But I think it's important because a lot of us in the diaspora, because I consider myself an African of the diaspora, I know my roots and my heritage. So a lot of us in the diaspora are severed from our history and the culture. So when you don't have any history and culture, I think Marcus Garvey said it's like a tree without roots. And the beautiful thing about this organization is that it's made up of continental Africans, Africans of the diaspora. No matter where you are, like the mother continent of Africa, it unites us all. And I think that it's important for us to take hold of that and knowledge that, because like we mentioned, the schooling, yes, I'm a lawyer, yes, I went to school, got my education, but one of the things that they don't teach in the school system is the culture of us African people. So while they teach about the Middle Ages and the Dark Ages, they don't teach about the thriving empires of Ghana and Mali and Songhai at that time. These are things that can help empower the young people and the youth, because if you realize your heritage and your culture, where you come from as the original people of the planet, then you don't have to worry about going outside of yourself to be able to empower yourself. And that's critical and that's the key. So with that being said, also my work takes me in different types of classes and categories. So yes, I'm an attorney, so that means that I'm so-called a petty bourgeois, but I'll give a story and then I'll wrap up. I was on the steps in my organization at Tubman House over in Baltimore on Fulton and Preston Ave, sitting on a stoop, and there was a young brother that came up to me about 8 years old, and he first offered me chicken. So I'm a vegan, and I had to explain to him what that meant and everything. But then somehow we got on the subject of being an attorney. And he was like, "Wait, you a lawyer?" And I said, "Yes." He said, "But we don't see y'all here." And I said, "Well, I'm a different type of attorney." And I think one of the things that sometimes we forget being in our different professions is the fact that even though your reality may be different from somebody else's, you can't denounce it or you cannot discredit somebody else's reality. So for that young brother and several other brothers and sisters in the community, they don't always see us. They don't always see the doctors, the lawyers, and these different type of professions. So it's important for us to give back and go back into the community, because that's where the power is. Africa, 77% of Africa's population is youth. So just imagine a power when we develop that and we cultivate that. And the same here in the United States, you see a movement amongst the youth. Any type of movement that has happened worldwide has always been because of the youth. So I give thanks to the organization for putting this on and bringing us all together, because this is really impacting change.